Hello, everybody, and welcome to
Good
Trade Talks
morning,
Live.
everybody.
Oh, are you there, Squirt? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's cutting in and out. Can you
Is
hear
it?
me?
Man, I'm showing like a good reception. Yeah, you sound great.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Trade Talks Live. I am Henry Wakefield, aka Squirt, as you see down on the screen. Got Roger dealing with some connection issues, but we'll get it all worked out. I think he's going to reconnect and get it cruising, guys. Happy freaking Tequila Thursday. Hope everybody's doing great this morning. And welcome to the Trade Talks, where we get to come hang out and talk trades for an hour each and every day. And on this channel, we talk all trades. We don't just talk one trade, and we talk a lot of different aspects of it. So that one of the things that we talk about is if you study your niche or your trade for 30 minutes to an hour each and every day, you can be the best in your niche and trade. That's what sets you apart from everybody else out there. How's your connection? You still stuck?
Can you hear me now?
Seems like it.
Can you hear me or no?
Are you there?
All right, let's try this. Can you hear me?
I think maybe he's having some issues, guys. I hope I'm still coming in good. Y'all are just going to have to let me go. Let's see. I'm going to check the private chat over here. I've got the team, let me know. Okay, studio. Here, Roger, just fine. Great.
Okay, so y'all can hear me okay? Beautiful. Randy, let's use your speakers. Replies. Okay, so I think you can hear me fine if you're in the chat, and I'm looking at the private chat right now, but I'm going to go ahead and jump in, and if I can fix this, find a regular chat. There we go. Helping hands, handyman. This is good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? It sounds fine. Good. Okay, so we're good. All right, so we're going to go ahead.
Y'all can
Guys.
hear us. We're just struggling hearing each other today. It'll be all right, though.
Okay, so this video is sponsored by me. I get to do it because of what I do with residential service professionals and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. But if you want to learn how to do YouTube, which is how we got started, it's what we do. We started doing YouTube 7.5 years ago to grow a plumbing company. And it worked really, really well. It worked so well that we ended up selling the plumbing company just to do YouTube full time. So what we do now is we teach people how to do YouTube. It works pretty good. But a lot of people tell me they can't do YouTube because, well, it's just not right for them. Guys, I'm a plumber. If I can make YouTube work for me, I promise you can make it work for you. And if you want to find out more about how to do it, go to justmetroger.com. Check it out. It's a free webinar. Guys, I know you can handle it. And then it's sponsored by me again through Residential Service Professionals. If you're a residential service group or a residential service company and you want to learn the right business operating system to help you grow a business, go to residentialserviceprofessionals.com. It will give you software, systems, processes to help you buy back the time so you can do things better in your business. But if it's something you want to learn more about, go to residentialserviceprofessionals.com.
That's it. And everybody, this show is sponsored by LeakPro. What I call the business in a box. It comes with both pieces of equipment that I build. It comes with that probe, T-handle, super durable. This is what we prefer for that meter to the home service for probing in and out of the ground, irrigation lines, things like that. But if that leaks under concrete, you're really going to love that sidekick that comes in that kit because it's got an aluminum rod that kind of eliminates the layer of concrete so that you can hear the leak underneath. So check out the complete kit at our website, leak.pro. If you're a plumber out there, quit outsourcing leak detection, guys. Bring it in-house so you're not losing out on those jobs and that revenue. So once again, check out the website, leak.pro, or you can give us a call at 8888 LeakPro.
All right, and I am trying to move something around just to check and see the private chat. Issues with Henry. Elizabeth, if you can hear me now, can you hear Randy okay? Too, I just tried to text him. All right. I'm going to go back here and bring the comments back up. I think we're doing okay. So I'm going to roll back right into the national news. And this is good because there's a major U.S. and Canada cross-border fiber conduit project getting ready to come through. Big milestone for infrastructure this week. The United States and Canada just broke ground on a 1,000-mile cross-border fiber conduit corridor connecting Detroit all the way up into Ontario and Canada and Toronto. Now, this project is all about future bandwidth. Guys, it's laying the groundwork for AI data centers, manufacturing automation, and rural broadcast expansion. There's civil, electrical, directional boring contractors, and they're going to be in high demand for trench and conduit placement and power times. Now, the job's unique challenge is the multi-agency coordination between utilities, hydro authorities, and transport regulations on both sides of the border. It's also an early sign that telecom and utility infrastructure are merging, creating hybrid job opportunities that didn't exist 5 years ago. Bottom line, if your company handles underground utilities or fiber installs, it's time to look north for maybe a great opportunity. Stuart, what do you think about this stuff?
That's
Do you
it.
like the
And
fiber optic stuff?
man, I just think it's pretty cool that we're going cross border now. Like this is pretty neat, I feel like. And I do like the fiber. It's what's speeding everything up for all of us so that we can do what we do even right now. In a rough connection, we're still streaming very well, and that's pretty cool. I'm glad to see that they are expanding this and us doing this cross border coverage. It's pretty neat, just the thought of it that we're actually partnering up and teaming and reaching an agreement to how we're going to proceed forward and do this because, man, it's just a good sign of work coming ahead.
Okay, thank you, Elizabeth. Oh, Randy, Elizabeth said you were frozen for a while, but you're doing good now. So everything sounds good. I hear you fine. So
Awesome.
we're going to roll right over into website review, ing-tips.com. Today's website review is a quick gem for the field pros. This guy's out, and it's ing-tips.com, a practical site filled with formulas, calculators, quick reference guides for tradespeople. This is the kind of site that you bookmark on your phone because when you're out in the field, it's amazing. You can punch in load calculations, wire sizes, pipe flow rates, your HVAC, carbon feet per minute conversions, all on the fly without having to go back, get the manuals, dig through them, or know where to go find your computer to look through it. You can find all this on your phone. And for apprentices, this site doubles as a teaching tool. It turns the math behind the trades into something approachable and visual. There's even a section for hydronic balancing, pressure loss charts, and electrical resistance tables. Now, it's not flashy, but it is very functional. And that's what makes it a perfect tool for the job trailer or for the service truck or on your phone so that when you need to look something up and you're out in the middle of the job site, guess what? It's right there. So for a website that you need, ing-tips.com can be a great place to go. Now, guys, I want y'all to see this. I've got trouble coming. I have got trouble coming. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Do y'all see this going right by me right there? Do y'all see that? Man, I tell you what, I don't know what he's doing, but no, I do know. He's relocating. He's looking for a better spot. That way y'all can hear him. Squirt, can you hear me? Squirt, can you hear me? Okay, he can't hear me yet. Oh, shit. Okay, I got it. Business growth, launching a trade podcast or an educational series. Guys, if you've ever thought, man, people need to hear what really happens on the job sites, this one is for you. All right. He's coming back in.
Wow.
Okay. Can you hear us now?
I can.
Look at you getting all comfy down there, man.
Hey, man, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine.
Okay, good. Randy, I am rolling right into the top of business growth,
Yes.
and I may have to walk that way in a minute because Miss Lucy is here.
Oh.
So just giving you a heads up.
All right, so you got business growth here. You ready?
Mhm. Yep. Yeah. So
Launching a trade podcast or
there you go.
an educational series. Guys, if you've ever thought, man, people need to hear what really happens on the job site, this one's actually for you guys. Because if you launch your own trade podcast, variety show, or short video series, it's one of the most powerful ways to build brand authority and trust right now. And that's where everything's headed in the future. I feel like everybody started up a podcast. I find a lot of them doing channel research for on here, which is really cool. But you don't have to have a fancy studio. A quiet corner, a decent mic, and consistency will take you further than perfect lighting. Yes, yeah, here's another drive-by. There you go, Matt. But something you could do, guys, feature vendors, local professionals, or even customers with unique perspectives about what you've got going on. Because that's going to build collaboration and it's going to position your business as a thought leader in your community. You're putting yourself out there. People get to grow with you. They get to meet you, learn you, hear your stories. And the more personal you get about it and on it as it progresses and your story grows and you get to tell more stories about yourself, that really builds that relationship tie for community where people really want to be a part of it. But you can batch record 4 or 5 episodes in a day so that you can release one weekly without feeling super rushed. And that's kind of how we started originally, is trying to batch a lot of things and develop shorts a lot. You can do this with podcasts. Take a Saturday, get a few different people in and go do some different interviews to be able to do this. Then you cut highlights into your shorts and your Instagram reels, LinkedIn clips that help lead to that long podcast essay. And that's going to reach audiences where they are already at. Because guess what? Most people are on their platforms. They'll go to another one occasionally, but they're mainly on there. So you've got to go to where they live and they scroll on a daily. You guys, the goal, it's not to go viral, okay? It's to stay visible. Get your knowledge out there that you want to share to people. And when people know your voice, they actually trust your business over time. Because like I said, you built up that relationship, that trust. They've listened to you long enough. They know your stories. They know where you come from, all the stuff to lead in and build that. And that's what this is like.
You know, Squire, I love this. And I love this for a big reason, because a lot of this stuff is what we did. And guys, I mean, think about it. Think about the business you're in. Think about what you could do if you just started educating people about it. Now, this is something that I talk about all the time, is we started a YouTube channel teaching people how to fix their own plumbing. Okay. And I had so many plumbers reach out to me pissed off. They're literally like, well, Roger, you're taking money out of our pockets. It's like, seriously? Because I taught somebody how to change the flapper out on their toilet. And I mean, man, a lot of you guys got pissed. But here's the thing, guys, I started bringing value to people. And then plumbers started watching it thinking, wow, you know what? I'm learning a better way to do things here. Guys, an educational series put out by you, maybe it's something, what do you specialize in? Okay, say you specialize in slab leaks. Okay, what if you taught people, if you think you have a slab leak, the first thing you should do is do this. And you teach them how to go out and look at their meter. Is that really hurting anybody? You're bringing them value and teaching them stuff that nobody else is.
A small, simple step.
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
Go look at the meter. Good, you're good. You can even come say hi if you want to. No, I'm doing my live stream. We go live.
Hey.
I'm so sorry to be in the
No,
middle.
you're good. Thank you. Man. So what if you did? What if you taught people? What if you taught people? What if you brought them value? And they're like, oh my God, this is great. Well, what if they want to learn something else and you're not teaching about it yet? Now you're the one that they want to reach out to. Guys, this is what creating content's all about. And if you can create an educational series that they can find joy in, that they can learn from, guess what? They'll come back for more. So to me, stuff like this, I think it's thumb up. All right, service work. And this is a really good thing, because what we're talking about is using your subcontractor networks for overflow service. But I want to flip this around just a little bit, because when I read through this a while ago, I thought, you know what? When I first started my business, I know she's not random to us, man.
Not at all.
Okay. When I first started my business and I didn't have money for marketing or advertising, I went to the bigger companies around me and told them, I said, hey guys, look, if y'all ever have overflow work that y'all can't get to, but you want your customers taken care of, call me, send them to me. I'm Roger Wakefield. I promise you I'll take good care of them. And when you walk in and talk to companies like that, it's great, because every service company hits a peak or hits the wall during that peak season. Too many phone calls, not enough hands, every bit of it. It's like we don't have enough people to do what we're doing. That's where you build a trusted subcontractor network, and it can become your overflow. It can become your pressure valve, your pop-off. Literally, think about it. If I've got so many calls, I can't get to them, I don't want them calling somebody that's going to screw them over. So if I build an amazing network that I can call, but guys, here's the thing too. When you're building this trusted subcontractor network, get some electricians, get some HVAC techs, get a roofer. Because to me, when I walk in someone's house, my job is to help them take care of their house, not just their house, not just their plumbing. If I can bring value to them in some way, saying, look, I heard your husband talking about your air conditioner not cooling down. I've got an HVAC guy that's amazing. Would you like to talk to him? So start by vetting your contractors, okay? Vet them, know who's good, knows who's bad, and vet them during the slow months, not when you're slammed. When you're slammed, you're like that customer that doesn't know who their plumber is until they've got an emergency and it's the first plumber that answers the phone. But vet, not when you're busy. Check the licenses, check the insurances, make sure the alignment on pricing and stuff like that is good, and check their response time. How long is it going to take you to get here? Because these people are representing you, and you want to make sure that they represent your brand properly. Uniforms, job etiquette, paperwork, things like that matter. Insurance is one of the biggest things. But I love this job etiquette. How do your people act? How do they treat? If I've got another subcontractor, if I've got another plumber that I call to go out because we can't get to it, how is he treating my customer? Guys, things like that are big. Squirt, what do you think?
You know, I love this. And you know what? Something that you can do, suggest that person to a friend as a trial to see how they treat your best friend that hired them. How do they treat you on the job? I need to know, can I send them to my next customer or not? And that's a good one. It's one of my favorites because, you know, we all have those things. It's like, hey, let's try this. This is what's going to help me out so that I can find out if this is the right fit for our team, for our umbrella. Because you really do have to have that pop off, that relief. Because when you're doing service work, guess what? That same ad could talk to one person today that needs it, and it could talk to 15 tomorrow that need it, and they're all calling you because you're at work. Can you handle those 15 calls in a day, or is that going to be too much and you're going to need that little bit of relief out there? So it's good to get a team built up and structured to where it's not overwhelming at that peak time. And we all know that peak time in our industries. Okay, I know you HVAC guys are kind of getting happy because it's starting to slow down just a little bit from summertime because the temperatures have been dropping. But we all know whenever it's middle of summer and you call an HVAC company, this one, they've got too much work. Well, this small one, they've got some guys that could do some work and knock some jobs out that treat your customers just as well as your company does. So that's what you got to find out. I love that.
Sorry, trying to take care of something real quick. I want to jump into the comments right down here. And we got Gen X Plumber in the house. Says, good morning, fellas. Happy Thursday. Helping Hands Handyman. Another great day. Says, good morning, everyone. Yes, sound is fine. I hear you both. Love it, Eric. Thank you, sir. Matt McDonough, Mr. Miyagi of Plumbing and Viking Leak Whisperer. Happy Thursday, gentlemen. I'll be in and out doing fire control testing. Yeah, we don't want you in here when it's going, meh, 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 you know, joking with you, brother. Says, go LeakPro and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. Absolutely. Helping Hands Handyman says there's just a slight latency with guys back and forth, but overall it's good. Yeah, you got to see that drive-by, didn't you? Helping Hand says, good morning, Matt and Gen X. What's up, brother? Okay, random person. She actually works for Creatus. She came by a while ago, and she is one of the people who helps us with the people who help us with YouTube. Kind of close.
She is the lady behind this event right now for the most part.
Absolutely. She's the
Which
one
is
making
really
it
cool.
all happen right here.
Yeah. So yeah, very important person out here.
And Helping Hands Handyman Services is have a blessed day, fellas. Thank you so much. Look,
You too,
guys,
brother.
it's thanks to y'all. We get to do what we do. And man, I love having y'all here. It is so cool. Squirt, I just want to say thanks. It's nice. Number one, when we got problems, neither one of us panic. It's like, okay, we'll figure it out.
I'm so used to lives now, and I love that because normally
Used to you to freak out over that.
I'm the guy that freaks out over everything. And
Yeah.
when you enter this video world, you have to come in with a fluid mind. And luckily, my best friend did video, and he told me that one day. And it's like, look, I know life. Guess what? We're gonna have issues. Things are gonna happen. Adjust the best that we can to keep everything going smooth through life, whatever it is we can do. So yeah, no, I love it. It's keeps us jumping and moving, which is a really good thing, honestly.
And it's nice to be able to say, hey, look, I got to run down here for a minute because we literally, guys, all I can tell y'all, this has been so cool. Y'all know I love Chevrolet, right? Y'all seen my big truck? Well, General Motors is a sponsor. And I like this because it's General Motor Electric. Now, I've been looking for a possible replacement vehicle. And really, it's for safety issues, Squirt. Wouldn't you agree?
100%.
I mean, we've talked about it.
Yep.
I love my big jacked up truck with my 6-inch lips with my 37-inch tires, guys. I love it.
Yeah, we'll keep it on the property so you can play. You know.
Well, we may. I don't know that I can afford 2 payments for a whole nother year. But I've been looking at a Cadillac Escalade. Well, they've got an Escalade here, and they have a Hummer, and they're both electric. And me and Randy, we talk about electric vehicles all the freaking time. So we're literally looking at, well, I'm just going to say we may have sat in one of those vehicles yesterday for at least 2 hours shooting video, but we had fun. Neat stuff. Okay. MET, materials, equipment, and tools. Flexible duct and hose innovations for retrofit work. Now, Randy, look, I had an idea a long time ago. And if there's any HVAC people watching, y'all can steal it. Just send me $1 million later. But I always wondered, you see this duct work up in the attic that gets torn or bumped into and ripped, and it's not efficient then.
Yep.
And I always had this idea, what if when we plumbed a house, the HVAC guys came in afterwards and ran like some 6-inch duct under the floor in PVC? Then you build a custom grill that literally, once the pipe comes up through the floor, you cut it off flush, just like a toilet flange. You glue a grill down. Now, here's what you would do. You'd pump the heat through that in the summertime because heat rises.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you put the probably the same type PVC ductwork in the ceiling or in the attic. Now that's your return air in the wintertime because you want it to pull the warm air up because heat rises.
Mm-hmm.
But then it reverses in the wintertime. In the summertime, your cold air comes from the vents in the attic and your return air is through the floor. So now it pulls that down. But anyway, somebody steal it from me. It's just raw materials, and why I thought about that, I have no idea. About flexible duct. But the funny thing is retrofit jobs often mean very tight ceilings. Now, when we bought the outhouse, Randy, you've been up in that.
Oh, yes.
Is that the tightest attic you've ever been in?
At one end of that place, yes. So tight.
At one,
There was
at one end of that place, is there any room for you to get in it?
one spot, no.
Yeah.
One end I cannot get to at all whatsoever as far as actual getting into the attic access there. No, zero accessibility.
And the bad thing, we've got an air conditioner in it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, and
Oh.
I'm just telling you, guys, it's going to be fun.
Yeah,
But-
it'll be interesting. We're gonna have to cut an access panel in on the roof.
Yeah. You know, we should have done that when we redid the roof.
Yeah,
And just
yeah,
so, hey,
just
we need
open
you
it
to
up.
open this up for a little bit. So anyway,
I probably would have
retrofit
been
jobs.
smart.
That there is a new generation of flexible ducts and hose materials, and it's helping big time.
Yeah.
Because manufacturers are introducing lightweight, high R value insulation options that save install time without sacrificing the performance. Some are even fire rated, UV resistant, and antimicrobial. These are ideal for commercial kitchens, healthcare facilities, anything like that. The reuse clamp connectors are another innovation. They reduce install time and eliminate one-time use fasteners. It's small improvements like these that shave hours off of retrofit schedules and make a real difference in crew efficiency. If you're still wrestling with heavy, kink-prone flex, or, God, I still remember the old metal duct that goes under some of the old houses we crawled around through, it's time to test the new stuff. And if you do, you're never going back.
Well, that's it. Like in retro, one of the things we did, because I worked in the industrial space a lot. So it's a lot of equipment hookups and connections. But one of the things I found most people loved working in like the wash down spaces, they love this flexible hookups so that they can do quick connects and things like that. So they can actually move the equipment easily without having somebody break unions, do all this stuff. They turn it all into quick connects or locks, and it works amazing. And it's great for the space, helps with the cleanliness overall for all of our safety of the products they're actually putting out in those places. So I love to see that this is spreading to some other things too, because man, there are some ceilings you can't get through the right way. You can't do what you really need to do. Flexible hoses and things will get in those tight, tough spaces. And it's going to save on the labor because actually building pieces with the right offsets to fit into some of these places, depending on what you're running, it's almost impossible. So you've really got to have some of the new options. And I love to see things coming out where they're actually trying to make this happen.
I love it. Hey, guys, look, it's time for us to tell you that look, I get to sponsor this video. And I love being a sponsor of this because I love what we do. I love what we get to do. But I started YouTube 7.5 years ago. And it's kind of cool being at events like this. I mean, like one of the speakers on the stage, I'm talking, Cody Sanchez and Billy Parks are on stage talking. And Cody says something about plumbers and owning a car wash. And I'm like, yeah, raise my hand. And she says, he looks like he probably owns a car wash. I said, no, plumber. And Billy looks up and he says, yeah, that's Roger Wakefield. He says, I love watching his videos. So, when you're recognized from the keynote speakers on the stage, you're doing something good. Now, I started doing YouTube to grow my business. And I did it because I got tired of getting ripped off by marketing companies. And as this business grew, I also grew on YouTube. Now, it got to the point that we had to sell the plumbing company because we were doing so much business on social media, we had to find another way to go. So what I did is started doing it. And I do a lot of social media now, and it all starts with YouTube. So I'm now teaching people how to do YouTube, and it starts with a free web. If you would like to learn just a little bit about how to do YouTube, go to justmetroger.com and watch it. You might decide it could be great for you. Now, if you've already got a business and you do residential service, you need to check into the new latest best practice group. And it's residentialserviceprofessionals.com. And what I'll tell you is it's a business operating system that will give you systems and processes to help you do things, to help you buy time back in your business, to help you make more money, to help you watch every dollar coming into your company and do it easy and automatic. Guys, a best practice group that is going to help you build the company that you want to build, not build a company for one of these other best practice groups that gets you in, tells you need to change your name, your branding, your colors, your logos. And then you realize when you're ready to pull out, they own all that. So now it's like, wait a minute. If I get out, I've got to change the name of my company. I can't use the price book. I can't do this. I can't do everything I've done. Yes, that's exactly what. So if you want to join a best practice group that works for you, check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. I think you'll love it.
That's it. And everybody, this is also sponsored by LeakPro. And at LeakPro, we build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers, guys. But guys, honestly, our training, it is the only hands-on training to actually help plumbers master leak detection quick. I do a 2-day in-person training just outside of Dallas, Texas, guys. You're going to learn how to locate the lines using a locator, learn how to use the LeakPro Sidekick on the slab to pinpoint locate leaks. You're going to start with 130,000 square inches and be able to go, here's what the leak is. It's going to be in the hole every time by the end of that 2 days. But I'm also going to teach you how to use that probe on just a normal underground leak like a yard service. I've got one of those so you can get familiar with that. But then I've also got a couple sewer systems set up, one cast iron and then one plastic, so that we can teach you to go to that clean out outside of the home and do some testing to determine precisely where a sewer system's leaking. So if you're a plumber and you're tired of outsourcing leak detection, or you want to be able to pinpoint it in a sewer, give me a call at 8888 Leak Pro or visit the website leak.pro. Check out the training page or book me for a Zoom, and let's talk about how we can add this to your business.
All right, MEP. Randy, this is one of our favorite topics. Cody, you were great. You were great. I'm live right now. If you want to jump in and say hi to I'm live. We got about 700 viewers on TikTok.
Oh, wait, what's up?
YouTube,
Look at the
TikTok.
beard and the stash.
The amazing Cody Sanchez, guys.
That's it.
Y'all be good. Hey, and what was it? Cody.chat. See,
Yep.
Y'all go check out Cody.chat. Learn how to do what she does.
That's it.
Ready?
Awesome. That's good timing.
I was going to say you could almost turn and give them a drive-by.
Yep.
Okay, so MEP. The bus duct systems and prefab trunks are leading the charge. Instead of running hundreds of feet of conduit wire, pipe on the side, stuff like that, these systems are fabricated in a shop and dropped in place like Lego blocks. Now, it cuts field labor, it shortens schedules, and nearly eliminates rework. When it's paired with BIM modeling, coordination meetings, stuff like that, between trades, guys, everything improves, and it improves drastically. There's no more last-minute reroutes or clashes above the ceiling grid. Real-world example, a 30-story high-rise in Denver recently shaved 3 weeks off its MEP install using prefab trunks. And I know a lot of y'all are listening, you're thinking, you know what, 3 weeks isn't a lot of time. Guys, some of these jobs, I'm telling you, $100,000 a week for running behind. So what if you can speed it up 3 weeks? Guys, this is insurance. The results, less waste, more profit, and faster turnover. This is where construction's heading, smarter builds with fewer headaches. Smart, you've done a lot of prefab. You've studied it, you've drawn it, you've estimated it. What does prefab really do for people?
Man, honestly, like I can remember the first major Victaulic job that we did.
Okay.
I went from all welded out mains on most jobs to this Victaulic. It's all prefab. Everything is cut, grooved, prepped to the exact length that it comes in at. Everyone is marked with a number. And just like you said, you piece it together like Lego blocks. Here's the map, and you just bolt it together the right order. I love jobs where I can actually have flanged ends on pipes where I don't have to go make that position weld up in the rack, tying down the corridor, keeping everybody blocked out and all this stuff. That causes delays for everybody around. If I don't have to do all that, and I can just get up there and bolt it up, people can still pass through the area because I'm not welding. It's not a danger area. it keeps everything moving faster, and it speeds up your process by being able to just bolt it up instead of having to do the extras. Bus duct. If I was an electrician, bus duct would be my world because it literally bolts together. It's super mechanical involved, but I think it's cool because all that it's not built on site. This is ordered very specific lengths, very everything, and it bolts together, and it has to be in the exact location that it was designed. There's no give or play with it. So I think it's a really cool system. As far as electrical goes, that would probably be my world. But I would actually fit the right spot.
Yeah, you'd love that.
Yeah.
All right. Jumping into the comments real quick. Matt says panic equals disaster. Calm equals job well done. I say your truck and most of the video. Yeah, I love my truck. Kind of like a sponsor. I'm a plumber of 12 years. Azam Khan, good to have you in here. How you doing today? And Brother Matt says, go LeakPro and Roger Wakefield Plumbing Education. Now, Randy, this is another one that they're going to start becoming more popular out in rural areas. And as y'all can see, they're moving stuff around, so we're kind of in the way, but we're kind of good. But where the work is, and smart city infrastructure is happening because we need the 5G towers, we need the edge data nodes, we need all kinds of things. If you've seen the new small cell towers popping up on city streets, that's the start of smart city buildings. And cities are investing in 5K backbones. Oh, we're good. 5K backbones and edge data centers, small localized hubs that reduce lag for things like autonomous vehicles and real-time monitoring. And guys, I'm gonna tell you, I rode in an autonomous vehicle one time in Austin. I was trying to get to dinner with Cody Frank, and I was supposed to meet him at like 5 o'clock. Called my Uber at like 4:30. It said, hey, we're sending you an autonomous car. I'm like, okay, it's the fastest one it said that could get there. Guys, it took 35 minutes to get the car, so I was already late by the time it got there. And then it took an hour to go a mile down the road. In rush hour traffic, get it, because that car will not pull out in front of anybody like I will in my big old truck. So I'm going to get off that high horse now.
You should have jogged. That's all.
But I could have. I could have walked slow and not sweated and still beat that car. But guys, this is going to be massive opportunities for electrical, civil, HVAC data contractors installing the power, the cooling, the secure enclosures. And many of these projects are municipal or telecom funded. So guys, the money's there. Public bidding, prevailing wage. Think of it as a new utility goldfish. The next wave of repeat businesses for service and construction firms who can handle power and data integration. And Squirt, stuff like this is going to just keep getting bigger everywhere we go.
Guys, we're really headed for the Jetsons. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. Like, it is coming. Smart cities that can actually understand what's going on. Plug into, you can have all your Internet of Things, smart homes. Everything is getting smarter and more efficient. We talk about AI a lot at conferences and stuff. You can plug AI into your automation control of your home, of your building, all these things. And it's that extra time that we don't have to spend a person doing, because all it's doing is looking at the data, running the numbers, and giving an output. If anything happens bad, it's going to send you a notification to go, hey, this needs to be addressed. And I love that, but that's what all this stuff is actually headed to. It's going to be good. It's going to be a lot of work for a lot of trades.
No, and I agree with you. And I love that, because we're going to need more tradespeople. But this is something we're going to talk about instructor training now, because VR and the VR modules for trade training. Now, Randy, we've talked about VR for welding. Save a ton of money.
Yep.
But now imagine teaching apprentices not just to weld and not just wiring, but what about soldering?
Yeah.
without wasting any materials or risking burns. And VR training is headed that direction. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, guys, soldering, just like the welding, okay? You're going to have something there. Like I've looked at the welding and they'll have a coupon with some covered tape and stuff that you still put your hand up against so that there's something physical there to hold up against. And I'm sure that they're going to do this kind of the same. But honestly, guys, modern trade schools, even contractors, that VR is the major. And I love VR and AR. I talk about that a lot. But you can measure precision, speed, and problem solving without stepping alongside. They can do that from a classroom, from home, whatever it is, they can plug in wherever they're at. Think I could be on a job site right now, I'm just plugging the VR, and boom, I could sit here and do some things. It's pretty cool at how much access this is going to create for everybody. Okay.
You know, Randy, one of my favorite things about this, and you talked about this a while back whenever we talked about the welding part, but you can track the data from where they were when they started and then where they got to or where they are right now.
That's it. And so here's one of my favorites with this. Okay. Think brazing. Okay.
Mhm.
When I was first taught brazing, okay, you want the pipe so hot that it almost turns liquid, but if it gets too hot, it's going to melt.
It will melt. I've done that.
Do you want to know what the first thing I did was?
What's that?
I melted a piece of copper.
Yeah, because now you know how hot to get it. Now you know what it
I
looks
want
like
to
right
know
before it does.
what's that difference between that wet look they were talking about and melting away. And I had to know that. VR, guess what? I waste no copper in testing that out real quick. And I think that's really cool just because that was one of the first things. It's like, well, yeah, you want it wet, but you don't want to get it too hot. It's going to melt. It's like, okay, well, what point is that? And they're like, well, you'll know. And it's like, no, I'm just going to find out right now because I have to know. I don't want to find out when I need that piece. I need that fitting. I need something that is a major time. No. Because VR, it's not replacing the field. Okay. It's making the field safer, smarter, and cheaper to actually train. Think of how many times you've walked up and leaned on a piece of hot pot whenever you were first learning things, you weren't knowing things. There's no hot pot in virtual reality, guys. Period. You're not going to get your burns. You're not going to get that. One of my favorites with welding and stuff like that, and actually practicing that, you're not really going to burn your eyes. Because that's something that happens during your apprenticeship when you're first learning because of all these things that are going on in the weld shop. It's normally not you and what you're doing. It's from somebody else that it just happens to catch your eye. Love to see the VR and all the different things and aspects that they're rolling out on this for every trade out there because it's not just plumbing, welding, wiring, everything. It breaks down to all of it, guys. And you can time things, you can get faster, you can get better, you can get quicker. And VR is a good way to gamify the things we actually do in the trades because you can truly time it. You can check yourself. Like I used to count how many welds we would get done in a day when we were doing over the welding and stuff like that. It just gave me an idea of how much work I wanted to get done every day. But then I realized sometimes that changes because, I'm just in this one space doing a whole bunch of work or, I'm spread out. Everything changes. So you get to learn some of this before you can step in front of your jobs. So it's really good.
You know, it is. And Randy, what I like about it, and again, it's what you said a while back, you can look at the progress. What did the first solder joint look like? What does this one look like? What did the first weld look like? What does this one look like? And it's doing it safe and it's saving you a bunch of material. All right, we're going to jump over into specialty. And this is advanced envelope retrofits. Now, those of y'all that don't know, the outside of the building is the envelope. That's what keeps everything inside. But insulation and air sealing is such a big deal because energy efficiency is no longer a bonus. It's becoming code requirements. Now, those of y'all that know I'm a lead AP, which is leadership in energy and environmental design. And it's a big deal because these buildings, and I think we talked about something the other day, pretty soon LEAP requirements are going to be required in every job. You're going to have to try to build a net zero building. And it's California that's coming out with that first, isn't it? They're already talking about by 2030 or something, your building's going to have to be net zero. That's not easy to do. But
Takes a lot of
explain
planning and a lot of prep.
So how did they do this on the envelope?
Well, so this is going to include like high performance insulation. Not that same old crap we've been using forever. It's getting better, guys. New things are coming out. We're not going to use that stuff that's been out for 3 decades. No, there's better now with a higher R value that's going to insulate that envelope better. Keep your heat in, keep your cold in, like you're really trying to maintain. And that's what's going to help. Air sealing, okay? Any of the breaks, the vents, things like that, there's only ones installed in certain locations to breathe. Everything else has to be sealed super tight. You don't want your window seals breathing, letting cold air escape. They're going to take a look at this. Also, some thermal bridging correction upgrades that you can reduce the building energy use by 30 to 40%. And I really love that we're looking at this. Like I did all LED lights in my home, which brought mine down. There's a lot of things that are coming out that are more efficient. It doesn't take a whole lot to upgrade for some of the things. Some things do take a lot, and that's fine. But guys, tying up that envelope of the building truly saves so much in energy that's wasted. And I learned that by moving into the last house I'm in now. I have a super tight envelope seal. My house stays like a refrigerator at times. I got trees all around. I'm in the shade, which is great. But it's because that envelope is sealed up so tight. It can benefit a lot of people out there because most homes aren't built this way. Most buildings, older buildings, they're not done. So you can become that specialist that comes in and brings those up to current to make those places more efficient. Now we need to see this.
So I'll tell you what, and the envelope, it's neat to see because, I mean, back whenever I worked on Republic Tower downtown, they were upgrading that from what was done in the 50s or 60s to the late 90s, and such a big difference in the way these buildings are built, the way they're designed, and the way they work. So it really is. It's such a great thing to see when it's happening because you're like, wow, look at that stuff they took out. Now look what they're putting in, and it's a game changer. All right. Social media spotlight. Now, today we're talking about AC Service Tech Channel. Now, this spotlight is because they are one of the most respected HVAC educators on YouTube. Craig Migliaccio takes deep dives into real-world HVAC troubleshooting, everything from superheat and subcool diagnostics all the way up to system design. Now, what makes his content special is clarity. He doesn't just tell you what to do, he explains why it works. And this is the kind of channel that every apprentice should subscribe to, and even seasoned techs should go in and watch to help pick up something new each and every week. Guys, this stuff is amazing because, look, and I'm a certified HVAC tech, but I never did it. I got my certifications, I got my license because I thought, when I open my own plumbing company one day, I'm going to go ahead and do HVAC too. And I just never got around to it. But Squirt, why did you pick this channel today?
Yeah, first thing, it's been a while. But one of my favorite things about this channel and what I love about the approach, read the description here for AC Service Tech LLC. I've been trying to find a lot of businesses on socials that are actually trying to promote the things that they do. But guys, here's something that started kind of like the way you did. This channel strives to answer HVAC questions. Here comes my favorite part, with a step-by-step procedure. Okay. That is one of the best things that you can do for new people in the trade because they have those questions like, how do I overcome this problem? How do I deal with this? When you actually do that step-by-step procedure, we talk about systems, standard operating procedures all the time. When you have an issue and you can create this step-by-step procedure for people to look at over and over, it's an amazing thing. And we talk about creating a bunch of short clips and little videos for micro learning. I love some of these types of things. Those channels started back in 2016.
I love the way they word that. That's cool.
Yeah, like that's it. And I love the details. And that's what it's about, guys. They have 614,000 subscribers, over 116 million views, with only 732 videos. And where was he out of? Yeah, New Jersey, Southern New Jersey is where he owns a company. We'll kick over here to videos. Start out at the just a second. Do real quick. See what we got. My connection's a little rough here, guys. I'm sorry. It was going to take a second to load. Dang it. Oh, okay.
That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Started out, look here, AC service tip, cutting downspouts. Okay. We don't always start out in our specialty world necessarily. We start out trying anything and everything, but this is 9 years ago. Okay. That's something that you learn here at the conference is guess what? The first thing that you start doing may not be what you end up doing in the long, big picture of things. And I think you figured that out. You just started YouTube for your business and that was it. That's what you thought it was going to be. No, you do
That's
it
exactly what I thought it was going to be.
every day. Well, that's it. So it's cool to see. And I talk to a lot of YouTubers. It's like, did you ever really think that you would be sitting here, X amount of years ago? And it's like, no way, not at all. You don't know what's out there, guys, till you get started. And that's the cool thing. Get out there, get started, start showing off the things that we do. Now, the most popular over here, full installation of a mini split ductless unit, step-by-step guide. An hour and a half video here, guys, with 2.3 million views. And it's been up 5 years. That's amazing. And it's the full guide. And that's what I love. Just like the channel said, it's the step-by-step, every bit of the process that you're going to get to see and learn from. So I think this is a great learning resource for anybody out there that's kind of curious about AC stuff like that. Some of the latest here real quick, step-by-step of use of a valve core removal tool, how to deal with those. It's funny what that is. And it's pulling Schrader valves, things like that for the TMPs and stuff like that. It's really good to know though, just small, simple things. So we got over here on shorts real quick. We're just going to hit popular like we normally do. 10 methods to clean condensate drains. Now, I kind of like that because I probably only know about half of those, but I'm kind of curious there. Like, I don't know that many methods for sure. So it's cool to see these little tips and tricks that people have learned. And those are some of the best ones. Like you said, we're paying up the most popular with 1.2 million views there. Why? Just like I said, I know I don't know 10 methods to clean that. I'm curious to what they are. That's why I'm going to click that and watch that just to gain that little bit of knowledge really quick. And that's really cool to do on social media. So definitely a good one.
They talk about a lot of neat stuff. And the good thing is, like we talked about in the beginning, if you're an apprentice, this is a great thing to get in and watch and learn. Remember, I'll tell you all about an apprentice that I used to have. Literally, whatever we would do at work that day, he'd go home and look it up on YouTube. And he'd come in the next day and say, look, I found a better way to do it. I found 3 different ways to do it. Or, man, why are y'all still doing it that way? So it's neat because you learn new things. So that's good. But also, if you're a seasoned technician, this can be a great refresher course to help you get in and say, wow, you know what? Why aren't we doing that? and stuff like that. Guys, it becomes a game changer because you need to be the person learning the things that's working and making things work. So we're going to jump into best practices real quick because before we wrap up today, let's hit a simple thing. Consistency scales businesses. And if you can't repeat what works, you can't grow beyond your own 2 hands. Think about that. Start by documenting everything, your pricing, your training, your customer communication. Then build review systems so every job gets evaluated and improved. Repeatable systems don't make your company robotic. They make it reliable. And reliability is the foundation of your reputation, and that's what builds trust. And trust will keep your phone ringing. And I love this because I remember when I first walked into a best practice group, I literally walked in and I just told them, look, if you'll just teach me how to make my phone ring, I'll be fine. And they're like, well, are you making money on every job you go on? I'm like, I don't know. I think so. They said, well, what if you're not? What if you're losing money? And I knew I was losing money because I'm sure nobody knew. We had already refinanced the house twice and we're thinking about doing it again. So I'm literally thinking, okay, no, I know we don't make money on every job or I wouldn't be going broke. We started learning how to look at our numbers. Well, Residential Service Professionals has designed a system that can help you look at your numbers for you and give you the data on those numbers and tell you how to improve. So if you want to learn how to grow your business, how to get more time in your business, how to get more money in your life, how to do things right, check out residentialserviceprofessionals.com. It works. And guys, I get to help sponsor this, and so does Residential Service Professionals and LeakPro. But I get to help sponsor this because of what I started doing on YouTube 7.5 years ago. And I know 7.5 years ago seems like a long time. When I'm at conferences like this and I meet all these new people, but then I see a lot of these OGs, it's like, man, I ain't been doing nothing. Because 7.5 years ago, I started doing YouTube to grow a plumbing company. And it worked. So what I'll tell you is, look, if you've got a voice inside your head telling you, look, YouTube won't work for you, quit listening to that voice. I started teaching people how to fix their own plumbing. Then I started teaching plumbers how to become better plumbers. I've been doing a lot. And Will Johnson, I just looked down and saw that because my screen moved. It says, you've been a huge influence throughout my plumbing career. Thank you very much. And right above that, Matt McDonough had to jump. Love you, brother. Be good. Be safe. Thirsty Thursday. Okay. But guys, here's the thing. Doing YouTube completely changed my business. And it can change yours. What I want you to think about is, what do you do different or better than every other company around you? What systems and processes do you have in place? What specialty do you do that most people in your neighborhood, in your town, don't even know about? Me at Texas Green Plumbing, I specialized in slab leaks. I became one of the best leak detection people in town. I learned how to build my SEO to be found for leak detection, not just on YouTube, but on Google. But it started with what we did on YouTube. So if you want to learn how to do YouTube the right way, I made a free webinar to help you out. It'll help you kickstart your YouTube. Go to justmetroger.com, check out the free webinar, and tell me what you think. Squirt, talk to us about LeakPro, because, man, once I found that, we started making videos about that, and we really started taking.
Yeah, that's it. Like, and I love to hear that. We really do. We build the most precise leak detection system for professional plumbers, guys. And we'd like to thank LeakPro for sponsoring the episode. But guys, we do. I say the complete system. There's a complete kit. You can check it out on our website, leak.pro. But it comes with the probe. And guys, instead of all that, it's easy to use. It's push button activation. There's one wire up to your headphones and a volume knob. That's the only adjustment on the whole thing, guys. You listen for the leaks. You go through, you listen to the valves. If they're making noise, and if they're making noise and all the valves are actually off, there's a leak really close to it. You're on the right line. You're on the right path. Leaks will tell you where they're at if you learn the right way to listen for them. And guys, you can get the equipment, but don't just do that. Learn the process. I offer a 2-day in-person training just outside of Dallas, Texas, where you can come out. I'll teach you how to locate lines, pinpoint locate leaks under a slab, outside of a slab, even in sewer systems. I've got a cast iron on a plastic system set up out there where we can teach you how to go to the clean out outside of a home and determine exactly where a sewer system's leaking. So if this interests you and you're tired of outsourcing leak detection calls, give me a call at 8888 LeakPro. I'd love to add this to your list of services. Or you can visit the website at leak.pro and book me for a Zoom call or check out the training page to see what all's involved.
Guys, look, we love that we can set up and do things like this when we travel. As you see, we're not in a studio. We have issues. Okay, it is what it is. But we made it work. It sure was great getting to see Cody Sanchez in here today. You saw Billy Parks go by. No, you didn't. He went by right before we went live.
Right before.
Yep. But guys, thank y'all for being here. We get to do this every day because of y'all. And if you'll keep getting up, keep learning, you'll keep growing. Whatever you do out there today, do it safe and have fun.
Everybody, happy freaking Thursday. Hope to see you in here tomorrow for a wonderful Friday. We are going to have some fun, I guarantee it. Get out there and hit it effing hard. You know, we will. See you tomorrow, guys.
Bye, guys.